Well, gang, welcome back to Late Night Conspiracies, everybody. Let's jump right into it because, yeah, it's been a minute since we've done one of these videos, and the clips that we have tonight, dirty, fellas, dirty. I think you guys are gonna like this one. And yes, it's been a minute since we've done this video, this type of video, because it seems like that these UFOs, these alien twats are not showing up that much. It seems like that maybe Trump has put tariffs on them too, and they're not buying their tickets to planet Earth. I guess now they're finna really have to pay taxes. But I got a bunch of clips in this one. I think you guys are gonna really like this one. If you're new here, you do not have to like the video, you do not have to subscribe, none of that, but feel free to share this video with your loved ones. Our first clip, this one is taken in Kansas of a TR-3B. I guess only the TR-3B can fly in our skies without having to pay any taxes, right? Put tariffs on them! Put tariffs on them! Put tariffs on them! Even the dogs are like... Yeah. If real, crazy, right? So it's rotating. Even the dogs are like, hey, we demand answers! We demand answers! Even the dogs are like that. Now let's actually get down to the second clip though. This one was captured in Phoenix, Arizona. Roll it.
So y'all think I'm tripping?
Tripping?
That motherfucking plane been sitting like this for a minute. But when I go zoom in, my phone does this. But when I zoom out, it does this. We're living in some fucking weird times. And that fucking plane or whatever it is, been sitting like that for a minute, bro.
Yeah.
And I've been over here for at least 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like that. It got parking brakes on, huh? Perhaps munching on them Cheetos or Doritos. Yeah. Crazy sighting, crazy sighting. So it's it had parking brakes on, right? Our next clip, this one is a crazy one. It's being said that this one was captured all the way back in 2003. The reason I'm putting this in this video, before I show you guys the next video, the next one, the reason I'm putting this here is because number one, or number A rather, you know, number A, it's a crazy one. And number B, it started trending again. Alright, here's the captions. This video is over 20 years old and it's the real deal. There is no CGI whatsoever in this video. A little hard to believe, but okay. It was captured back in 2003 in Italy. And I remember seeing something like this a long time ago, so my memory is foggier than Snoop Dogg's bathroom. But crazy sighting, man. Crazy sighting. It seems like that we saw a little bit of that sun reflection. Maybe it's glowing. I don't think it's glowing, I think it's a sun reflection, right? So the sun hitting it and then you see the reflection. Crazy sighting. What are the odds this thing is real? And it seems like that there was something here too. If you look here, yeah, you see that, right? Damn. Yeah, two of those. Perhaps fighter jets coming to escort it. You never know, right? I want to know your expertise on it. Thought it was very, very good, so wanted to throw that in. Now let me take you back to December of 2024 though. This happened in New Jersey. Roll it. So everybody was seeing these twats, these bozos in our skies, the so-called drones, to which the whistleblower said it's ours, but made by reverse engineered alien tech. Some people were believing it, others not so much, and some people were like, okay, maybe they're mixing these things with the real UFOs, or perhaps they're going up there to research UFOs. Perhaps the sightings were crazy, so they're like, okay, let's deploy drones to research that. To which the Trump administration, this is their response, they said it's ours, but it's for research purposes. To what exactly, we do not have the answers to that. And everybody generally across the board said lies. Lies. People are not buying that crap. People are not believing into the explanation provided to us. So I want to know your thoughts on it. But it's interesting, right? Because this happened just, I mean, 2-3 months ago, and yeah, seems like everybody forgot that this is not a plane, by the way. It's moving way too slow for that, and clearly it's not a plane. So we had all of that crap. Now whistleblower said this is, you know, these are actually drones made by us. When I say us, I mean us, the humans, okay? I know some of you guys always say that. Who define us? Define us. Come on, man. Come on. I get it, Mr. Smarty Paints. But made by us as in humans, but based off of reverse engineered alien tech. So in other words, we're not alone is what they said. Now, I want to show you guys this clip. So this one was captured, it's said, in Florida. Yeah, that Doritos looking UFO. That Doritos looking UFO, man. Mom, get the camera! Get the damn camera, Mom! Mom, get the camera! So yeah, this one was captured. And we've had multiple Doritos looking twats in our skies too, man. Yeah, man, they really gotta pay tariffs. They gotta pay taxes to be in our skies. And I think because of Trump putting tariffs, that's why they are slowing down. Maybe that's why they're not coming to America no more. That's why they're not coming that much. But yeah, no, the UFO sightings have slowed down. They're probably gonna rise, they're gonna slow down. I guess it's what it is. Maybe they're losing interest. Maybe they have done all their research on us, right? Perhaps that's what it is. But this is what the homie Dr. Stephen Greer said on Vlad podcast. Roll it, brother.
What good does that? Okay, so why do you know, this is the other thing I said. What good does that? Okay, so why do you know, this is the other thing I said to Burchett. Why do you have, Congressman Burchett, why do you want people here who admit they don't have anything? When I've told you that there are all these people who will go up there today who handle the materials. There's something not right with this picture. I'm calling them out right now. I haven't done this yet. Is that get serious or go home, right? But somebody needs to get serious about this because I think all this is going to come out in the next year or two. And when it does, it's got to come out properly. You know, one person very close to the intelligence.
So it went from by the end of January to in the next coming weeks to the next couple months to now in a year or two. Yeah, man, at this point I feel like the aliens are not coming before GTA 6, sadly, guys. They're gonna come after GTA 6, or at least, I mean, I should not say sadly, at least we're gonna be able to play GTA 6 before, right? But listen, man, predictions are very, very hard. You know, predictions can always go wrong. And before I show you guys the next clip, yeah, predictions, I don't think it's a smart thing to do. It's not a smart thing, because what if the information that Dr. Stephen Greer and other whistleblowers were giving us was true? Hypothetically, okay, hypothetically speaking. For a second, let's believe that what they were saying was true. Predictions with the time can always go wrong, because behind the scenes, perhaps they really were like, okay, psych, let's wait a little bit. You know, let's prove these whistleblowers wrong. Let's tarnish their reputation. Let's F up with their credibility so nobody would believe them in the future when we do it for real. You know, I'm just trying to play the other side. Listen, man, I'm not saying that Dr. Stephen Greer is full of trash or full of shiza bollocks, and I'm also not saying that he is fully credible or we should believe everything he says. You know, you gotta do your own research. But it's interesting. It's interesting, and I have loved his and I do love his documentaries that he has put out. But roll it.
It's got to come out properly. You know, one person very close to the intelligence community told me after the election, he said, if this comes out the way it's being directed now, it'll be 1,000 times worse than COVID. It'd be a global catastrophe.
Bruh.
So what good does that? Okay, so why?
Now, let me actually show you guys this clip. So, Ross Coulthard from News Nation. Government secrets panel unlikely to get to UAPs. Here we go, fellas. So now they're like, hey, man, we don't want to give you no news. We demand answers. We demand answers. The public demand answers, man. We demand answers. Roll it.
Back up. One lawmaker now wants these whistleblowers back on Capitol Hill. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna heading up the task force on declassification and transparency. She says that includes UAPs. And just days ago, she shared she's hoping to get Grush and Elizondo, as well as officials from the Pentagon's UAP investigation office, together. The group could meet in a sensitive compartmented information facility that's also known as a SCIF.
But secretly record it and leak it on the internet, okay? I'm down for that, man. But secretly record it and give us the answers, because we demand answers, brothers.
To share what is known. And for more, we are joined by News Nation special correspondent and investigative journalist Ross Coulthart. Ross, always good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
It's a pleasure, Natasha. Good evening.
Is this game-changing? Because Congresswoman Luna wants to hear more from these key figures who, by the way, you have spoken on, you have brought to News Nation, like David Grush, like Luis Elizondo. Talk to us about getting these whistleblowers into a skiff. What will that be able to reveal that hasn't been revealed before?
Oh, no,
well,
man.
frankly, I have to be
bollocks, mate. Bollocks. That's what's going to get revealed.
Honest with you, Natasha, and say it's not worth a hill of beans unless the committee that Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna leads, or rather the task force that she leads, is given the resources and the powers to do its job. At the moment, they're still trying to figure out whether or not they can get the security classifications of David Grush, for example, restored so that David can give evidence inside that skiff, knowing that he's not breaching any national security obligations. One of the problems we've got at the moment is we've been promised a lot by the new administration, and we should hold their feet to the fire and make sure that they are leading and honouring those obligations. But the simple fact is, at the moment, Anna Paulina Luna's task force, it's a 6-month task force. She's pledged to look at not just UAPs, but also investigate the assassination of JFK and the release of those files, organise the release of the Epstein files.
You cannot say that on YouTube.
Investigate Martin Luther King and RFK's murders as well. And frankly, I don't think there's much chance of her doing.
Sorry, guys, we're on YouTube. There are things you cannot say, man. Yeah, freedom of speech does not exist, okay? The way you think it exists. It does exist, but not for you and I, all right? I'm just gonna be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, technically you can say these words on YouTube and you can, but then the video gets hit and all that, right? So you don't want that unless I'm making a dedicated video on that topic. Then I know that that video is gonna get hit and whatever, right? But here we're talking about UFOs, so I don't want this video to get hit with just because of one word, just because of one name, right? I don't want the entire video to get hit. So it's like, pick your battles, pick your poison kind of thing, right? So I don't want to, not for this one, not for this one, not for this one. My bad for that, guys. Just trying to be transparent with you guys.
Doing that within the 6-month period, she doesn't even have the powers of subpoena. They have to come from the actual Oversight and Accountability Committee Chairman, James Comer. So a lot of people, myself included, are getting increasingly skeptical that the administration is promising a lot to get a quick headline, but are they actually going to follow through and give the well-motivated and well-intentioned Congresswoman Luna the powers she needs? Just this week, to make my point, she had to actually publicly tweet out to the new Attorney General that the Department of Justice was failing to respond to her task force's request for access to files. And she was resorted to actually having to publicly tweet her frustration to Pam Bondi, the new Attorney General, that essentially they're not getting a response from the Department of Justice.
There we go.
A lot of...
There we go, man. It's a clown show out there, bro. It's a clown show, man. Two of the biggest questions are we alone in the universe, and what happens after we die? Can a brother get... And I know, like, maybe you're a female, a sister watching, so you're probably gonna be like, can a sister? Yes, absolutely. Hell yeah. Can a sister, can a brother get some answers? Can a sister like you watching, I know some brothers are watching, some of my sisters watching, some of my queens watching. Yeah, can we all get answers? We demand answers. We demand answers. The taxpayer demand answers. Okay, I'm gonna make a deal, all right? I'm gonna make a deal. Make a deal they cannot refuse. Okay, let me make a deal real quick. Either reveal the truth about are we alone in the universe or not, or remove taxes from everybody, effective immediately. Effective immediately. Nobody has to pay taxes then, okay? You guys can keep this truth hidden, okay? But nobody then have to pay taxes, all right? How about that? How about that? Yeah, let's make that deal, okay? Effective immediately. Effective immediately. We demand answers. We demand answers. But now, honestly, the way it's going, guys, I think it's gonna, I don't know, man. I really hope it happens in our lifetime, But the way it's going, I think it's gonna take some time, though. We're not gonna get it overnight just like that. Sadly, though. Sadly.
Talk, a lot of jaw, but are we going to see any action? I think we're entitled to be skeptical.
I
Facts.
hear that skepticism loud and clear, and you are not alone in this, Ross. With the time we have, I do want to get to some exclusive testimony that you heard in the very latest episode of the Reality Check pod.
Underwater explorer finds seafloor UFO. Is that like the Baltic Sea one? Because it looks like the Baltic Sea UFO. If you know, you know, right?
Cast. An underwater explorer describing a strange circular structure on the floor of the Baltic Sea appearing to look like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Let's take a listen together.
Crazy. I mean, in the past, whistleblowers have said that whatever you saw in Star Trek, Star Wars, that technology exists in real life. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Whatever you see in movies, we have crazier stuff than that even. Truth is stranger than fiction is one of those quotes. Whether you're gonna believe it or not, that's up to you, but yeah, we definitely need evidence. I mean, extraordinary claims requires extraordinary evidence, absolutely.
It's 60 meters. And for me and Peter and all the other crew members, we have never ever seen anything big like that.
Yeah, apparently measuring just under 200 feet. So tell us more about what's being called the Baltic Sea anomaly.
What's exciting about this object, and this is what Dennis Asberg, a well-known underwater explorer, tells me in this edition of Reality Check, is it's not just that it's a solid object. It's the fact that it's an object that appears to show signs from the scans that they've done of human cutting. Somebody's manipulated that object and cut shapes into it. There are square-shaped edges, exact 90-degree angles. There are etches that look like squares leading into some kind of doorway. So there is a suggestion that this object is somehow some kind of constructed object. Nobody's saying it's a spaceship. Mr. Asberg is not saying that. He's never said that, and he's been mocked for ever, you know, a lot of people have tried to debunk him for suggesting that, which he never did. What is a possibility, I think, is that this is something that has fallen from the orbit, or more importantly, maybe it's something that was there before the Baltic Sea filled in, which would be very interesting, Natasha, because the last time the Baltic Sea was empty was about 15,000 years ago, well before known human civilization.
Crazy. I want to show you guys this. Shout out to the homie Barry Step. Roll it.
Paris and their outside street vendors, especially their crepes. And this guy tells a story that gets 15 million views, and it says, why did no one warn me to not eat the crepes in Paris before I came to Paris? Now, I've already been hearing not so great things about Paris. I don't know if it's a trend to like Paris or something, but this story took the cake. So he says he goes over to a crepe stand, and they were like very expensive, but he still bought one because he really wanted a crepe. They looking good. He gets his crepe. He finds himself a bench, starts eating that crepe. He's like, oh, it's so good. It's so,
pause, brother. Pause. Pause, brother.
Delicious strawberries and the cream and the, you know, you get the drill. But then he looks over to his right and he sees like the same person that sold him the crepes kind of walking over here. He's holding all of the leftover crepe batter and fruits or whatever. Then the guy looks around, see if anyone's watching, and he opens the sewer drain and stores the food in there. And he was like, he's like, no way. And supposedly it turns out that a lot of locals in Paris kind of know about this.
I mean, his immune system's gonna definitely get better after that. His immune system is definitely gonna get better. All right. I mean, just gotta think positively, guys. I'm trying to be optimistic here. Trying to think positively. Your immune system's gonna get better, homie.
It seems to be general knowledge. So when I first heard this, I was like, Cap, ain't no way Paris would just let people do this. Then I saw this video.
So here we have some guys going into the sewers to retrieve their bags of water and beer that they're gonna go sell to people on the sidewalk or at the
brother, ew. Now this is, okay, jokes aside, this is crazy. Because generally you hear street food ain't really good, right? It's not healthy, but it's so good though. In Urdu real quick, I'm not sure if any of you speak Hindi or Urdu. I'm speaking Urdu here real quick. Jitna ghaliz utna laziz. Meaning, in English it's not gonna make sense, it's not gonna rhyme. But in other words, in English, mother trucker, in English, I guess, you know, man, street food ain't good, right? It ain't that good, but it tastes good though, so. But this one is next level.
Paris! What the? So I'm like scrolling and everybody's saying this.
Just found out the most disgusting reason you should absolutely never go to one of those sketchy, illegitimate looking crepe stands in Paris. Like, seriously, when I found this out, I was just like, oh.
You know how the Paris sewers...
Just like how you do not mess around with the holes that you're unfamiliar with. Don't mess with the holes that you do not know, guys. You also do not wanna eat like on the streets, or do not do street food in countries that you haven't done your research, or areas that you're unfamiliar with. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Go to one of those sketchy, illegitimate... I was just like, oh.
You know how the Paris sewer system has been getting some bad press lately with illegal food vendors misusing manholes?
No.
Let's not
no.
the whole
I didn't know. And see, there is an article. Champ de Mars pancake batter sold on the street is stored in manholes.
Pause.
Paris! Like, why? Jeez!
I know.
This is a task less than a year before Olympics on the lawns of Eiffel Tower and obligatory.
Damn.
Holy fuck, I butchered.
Let's see what the
I've got
home
to give
says.
props to the guy that made that video. It was informative, pulled in multiple sources to back up his claim, and the way he edited that thing together was hilarious. Awesome video. Wish I could have this guy edit my stuff. I know we cover a lot of disgusting food-related stuff, but this is one I feel like really should be public knowledge. This is absolutely disturbing.
Yeah, I swear to God, like, I didn't know about it. So I'm like watching it real time and finding out too. I didn't know about it. Crazy, man.
I would never have suspected that this is something you'd have to worry about whenever you go to visit a place that's considered a first world country. And what the locals need to do, if this is a problem they want fixed, like it's claiming in that article, they need to go around at night after all the stands close and lift the lids on all these sewers and just let all the drinks and stuff they're storing in there fall down. Unless the sewer would get clogged up with that stuff. But if they just started losing products storing it that way, they would stop. To
Ancient Egyptians did here in New Jersey. This is time to show you what the ancient Egyptians did here in New Jersey. This is Barnegat Bay. This is LBI, that I believe that was originally created by the Giants, because there's all kinds of islands and face figures, because that's what they did. And that's what we have here. This is supposed to be a face here. You see that? And then when you see what's here, you see these lines.
Is it Nephilims or Nephilims? I believe it's Nephilims. Let me know what's the correct way to pronounce it.
Okay. When you see what's on the other side of the river here. These are all ancient scripts. You see the little lines, the little dots. It's really amazing what's here. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. We're going to go on the other side of this really snaky river. And then here's the Egyptian script.
Oh,
that's what they did, these ancient giants. They put their script. Look at the symbol systems, okay? This isn't from any cranberry.
Yeah, they do look like symbols. Some of them not really, but I do see similarities, even though I'm not a professional Egyptian hieroglyph guy. But yeah, they do have similarities. Oh my God. Holy smokers, it ain't no dang jokers.
Bogs or any, you know, because they set this park aside. You know, they set these parks aside for this all to be found. Look at all these symbols. This is what they did in the swampland. And then this is supposed to be the giant's brain. Like, there's his face, 2 eyes, his nose, okay? And then his brain is full of just, look at the brain.
Is that true?
The brain is full of the symbol systems of the knowledge that they left behind for us. And then this symbol system continues all the way up through this whole
Anunnaki, Nephilim, Egyptian script symbols, New Jersey marshland. So was this the reason of them drones showing up? Or the US doing research with their drones? Was it because of that? Probably not, but you know what I mean, right? Guys, did you see this alien video? This Bigfoot Skinwalker video? If not, click on this video on the screen and I'll see you right there. Check this one out, it's crazy.